How do I start this? This video brings me absolutely no joy to make whatsoever. It actually just brings me pure sadness and heartache and just absolute disbelief. And to be honest, I still can't even believe this is a video that I'm making, or I've been in disbelief about the fact that when I found out about what happened literally just like 3 days ago, I was actually at the hard body meetup. The meetup was over and a few people just came over to me and they were like, Brandon, and I was like, what? Because they knew that I knew the guy. This guy, he put his hand on my back and he was like, I just want to let you know that like Joe has passed. And everything just like kind of switched off. I wish I got the chance to know him better. I wish I got the chance to spend more time with him and meet, you know, his girlfriend and more people that were surrounded in his life. And the reason I want to make this video isn't for any other reason than I feel so lucky to have had the chance to spend time with Joe, meet Joe, and I know that there are so many people on this planet that would have absolutely loved the opportunity and benefited so much from spending even a few moments with this absolutely incredible person. So I want to share my experience with this amazing man with you to hopefully sort of give you something that you might have been able to get from his life, because he was a blessing to the earth. And I kind of want to just like, I want to make a video about him and celebrate him. Of course, for obvious reasons, this video itself like isn't going to be monetized in any way. I feel like it would be extremely wrong of me. There has been a bunch of people that I've seen that have like sort of rode the wave of this, and I find it so shameful and really embarrassing, and it makes me feel kind of like bad being part of the fitness industry, knowing that like when someone passes that so many people will try and capitalize on that. Like, how sickening is it that like I posted a picture the day after he passed away, and like my average likes on Instagram are probably like 15, 20, maybe a good picture will get like 30,000. The picture got like over, I think it was like over 80,000 likes, and I saw why so many people would try and capitalize on that, but at the same time it was like so wrong. So the reason I'm not making this video directly after it happened, I wanted the dust to settle a few days, is because I don't want it to get any unwanted attention. I don't want to gain a single subscriber from this video. I don't want any, you know what I mean? I don't want it to do better than the rest. I literally just want to make this to pay tribute to a really good guy, because he was. And I've met people obviously in the industry. I've met people that have like lower followings. He was literally at the top of the industry. There are not many people that have more of an impact on the world, especially the world of fitness, as Joe did. But I've met people and they've not always been the kindest. They've not always been the most genuine, and they don't always give you the time of day and give you advice and try and help you, because people don't realize that this, you know, success is a massive pie, right? And like everyone can have a slice, everyone can eat from the same place. And that is something that I knew that Joe was the absolute embodiment of. When me and my girlfriend Geordie, when we had the pleasure of meeting him, it was about two and a half years ago in Dubai, and we went there. We actually spent 5 months there, and at the same time we was there, Joe was actually there too, and we had a pleasure of training together. We spent days together, whether it was like a small little like, hey bro, how you doing, how's your workout, or if we went on like a day trip to a jungle gym, which I actually recorded a YouTube video of, which I'm going to overlay parts and like maybe include some of that video just to show you like a really happy memory, because that was such a good time. We were all having like just in the sun lifting weights, like Larry Wheels was there, a bunch of people were there, a bunch of my friends were there, and we just had a really good time. And that was like such a fond memory that I have of Joe.
Yeah. Lightweight, baby. I mean, I was trying to hammer curl them now. Let's see how it goes.
Maybe 100 kg each. What do you say, huh? 100. When I saw him truly like let go, and there weren't many times that I feel like I got the chance to experience Joe like that, because he wasn't really the type of person that was very good at living in the moment or letting go. He might have appeared to always have been like super laid back and super calm and super chill, and Joe, from my experience, he wasn't really like that at all. He was driven, he was focused, he was on it. Like, he was always looking at the algorithm changes with every social media platform, whether it be YouTube, Instagram. He was on top of it because he was a master of his craft. He was a master of fitness. He stayed lean all year round. He figured his body out, and he was so good at what he did. But he wasn't also just good at that. He was a great businessman, and I had a lot of respect for his dedication. Why do you think he had over 8 million followers? One, it was because of his incredible dedication to the sport of just fitness, bodybuilding, and developing his physique. Two, is because he was genuinely such a kind-hearted, funny person that just like genuinely wanted to lift people up. And three, is because he posted multiple times a day, never took any days off, and worked so hard, and he was so deserving of all the success he received from the world, because not only did he work for it, he was a good freaking person, and he probably deserved a lot more, and he deserved a lot more time, because one thing that people take for granted is when we're young, when we're in our 20s and our 30s and even our 40s, we think that time is just on our side. We think that we have like all the time in the world to just wait and sit back and relax and just like, you know, wait for sort of life to come to us. We're quickly reminded by passing of people that we love that life is short, and you should care about your loved ones. You should call your dad and call your mum, and you should spend time with friends and family, and you shouldn't mess people up and, you know, be selfish and be jealous, because there is not enough time. And if this is not a true representation of, it doesn't matter how much stuff you do in life, because he did so much, it's still not enough, because he still could have done more and should have done more and should have been given the opportunity to do more. And he probably lived more life than people get to live in their entire life, travel to more places, experience more things, have more success, fall in love with an absolutely wonderful girlfriend who, by the way, is doing an absolutely fantastic job of sharing his journey, sharing private memories and, you know, special times in their life. I really respect his girlfriend for doing that, because it's given an opportunity for people that maybe didn't know Joe so well to see who he is as a person, and to see how kind, see how genuine and just a truly caring person this guy is. So a few things that I wanted to mention. One, there is a link down below. It's going to be the only link on this video, and it is a GoFundMe that his friends set up for, one, his funeral cost, and two, to support his family. The second thing is, I'm not sponsored obviously by Young LA, so I hope that Alphalete doesn't get annoyed at me by saying this, because I'm obviously sponsored by Alphalete. Young LA have done a thing where every single person in the future that uses code Joe for future drops and stuff, if you're a fan of Young LA and you do want to pick something up, please use code Joe, because all of that money is also going to go to his family and hopefully pay for funeral costs and just look after the people that were close to him in his life. I think it's really important that as a community we come together and we just support the people, we support the families of the people that we love. Every piece of content he created, it was to give back. He may have received some, but he literally just gave and gave. His energy, it was always just like giving with inspiration or with a tip in the gym. Like, there were so many things that were just to genuinely help people become better versions of themselves, and that is exactly what it is to be an inspiration, to be an icon. And man, it's so hard to make this video. Fuck, it feels weird, because like, when you do the same thing as someone, when you're passionate about the same things, and when you know similar people and you've got the chance to meet that person and spend genuine time with them, you feel like it could have been you, you know? Or it could be someone else that you're even closer to, because if it can happen to them, it can happen to everybody. I don't want to hear any comments, if it's okay, about the fact that it was to do with anabolics, or he shouldn't have abused this, or Brandon, like, if you keep on going down the road you're going down, you're also going to go next. And I've actually received a considerable amount of messages since I posted the picture of me and Joe together that like, you're going to be next, bro, if you don't stop. And that does obviously scare me. So one, that's really not nice to hear, if I'm being honest. Joe's death wasn't at all as we know right now. I'm not sure if the autopsy's out right now, but I know that he died of an aneurysm in the brain, and his auntie died of a similar thing 4 years back. So it's hereditary. Like, it's something that Joe was inevitably going to deal with at some point in his life. He noticed that days before it happened, he had a bit of an ache or like a headache or a pain in the back of the neck that he ignored. I mean, obviously, like, I have pains everywhere. We all do. We have like little tingles or things that just happen every now and again, and we're like, you know what, oh, it'll pass. Like, my knee hurts, oh, it'll pass, but it could be something really serious. I would like to suggest that everyone just goes and gets a blood test. Go to your local doctor if you care about fitness, if you care about your body, or if you want to live a long life, or especially if you take anabolics. Not that I believe that Joe's death was linked to anabolics, but we are in such a tricky, susceptible position being on them that potentially his situation might have been emphasized, because obviously it affects your heart, it affects your brain, it affects your blood toxicity, it affects so many little things, because obviously there's so many parts of our body that are growing at an exponential rate faster than a natural person would. Therefore, illnesses will grow faster, cancers will grow faster, bad things will grow faster. And whether it affected, I cannot say. I do know that someone in his family passed from the same thing, so I would like to believe that it wasn't due to anabolics. when I had my experience with Joe and when me and Geordie had the privilege of seeing him while in Dubai, one thing that was absolutely brilliant is right off the bat, previously we messaged a few times on Instagram. He was messaging me things like good luck bro or great job bro, and I was like, I think I sent him like a fan message at some point in the early years. When we got the chance to meet, when we was in Dubai, he was so, first of all, he was such a gentleman to Geordie. He was so kind and polite to her, and every time we'd see him in the gym, he was always just like, hey, how you doing, man? Like, how's your day? And you'd always just see him like really working hard, filming what he was filming, being so kind to people that he was around. But you always noticed that he was always like, he was apparent, but he was distant at the same time. And I knew it was because he was thinking about a million things at once. He was always thinking about where to be, when he had to be there, how he had to do things. Like, especially if we were filming a video or something, it was like, what would be the best possible way to film this for it to perform the best, or the best picture, or like, he was so analytical, as I mentioned previously. It only came from a place of really being passionate about what he wanted to achieve and what he wanted to do and the message he wanted to share to reach the most amount of people as possible. And then of course the day that we went to the jungle gym, and that was honestly, like I said, it was so good to see him just like maybe a bit more stress-free and just enjoying the day, enjoying the sun, and just like having a good time with friends, lifting weights. And I'm sure that for the short time that he did have on the earth, that he did get to experience an abundance of those memories and spend time with people that genuinely loved him. Because I'm not sure what his situation with his family was when he was younger. He traveled a lot. I know that he just always felt like he was just like trying to find something better, chasing with, you know, if I was to do something like that, or what I've experienced in my past, is that a lot of those reactions and decisions are maybe to try and fill something from deep within that you experienced or you felt at some point in your life. And I know for a fact that with Joe's love life, he wasn't the kind of guy, by the way, he was a good looking guy, he was shredded as hell, he probably could have got a lot of people, but he was never the sort of person that was like getting with girls when he was traveling, or just, he was just so to himself and driven, and on his own path. And I know that when he met his girlfriend, it was such like an impactful thing. Like, it was a big step for him as a person to truly dedicate so much time and so much of his effort and so much love towards someone else, because I know it's something that he like kind of held back, and he must have really saw something special within this girl and really loved her as a person. And you know, I'm so glad as well that he got to experience true love in his life, and he got to truly experience what it is like to be selfless like that and to give yourself to somebody, because it's actually very hard when you spend so much time alone. But yeah, I don't really know if there's much else that I want to say, to be honest. I mean, I kind of just wanted to talk about how much of an incredible person he was and my experience with him, the kind of guy he was. And I hope that that kind of inspires and motivates other people that are watching this video, that it's not hard to be a good person, and it's not hard to really care about what you want. It's not hard to have big dreams and to care and to really just be passionate. And when you are the kind of person that he is, as you go through life and you chase your dreams and your goals, it's not selfish. You positively impact everyone on your journey, and they want to be like you, and they want to have part of the spark that you have to live the fruitful life that you can live and stuff. And it's an incredible, contagious thing. And it was a blessing to be around him for the period that I was, and it was an absolute pleasure to have got to know him, and I wish that more people could have. And if anything, I hope that we can all take from this that life is short and we can't waste any of it. We should tell the people that we love them, and we should do the things that we're truly passionate about. We shouldn't waste time on life doing anything we don't love and doing anything we don't want to. You want to say anything?
Yeah, there's been a lot of tears around here.
Yeah, just because of, like, as I said, that when it's someone that does what you do, obviously he's on a very different path, but like, I feel like the fitness community isn't massive, and everyone that's like in it knows everyone. Like, you've met everyone, like, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, we also have a lot of respect for Joe in general, just because we have watched how successful he has been, and
Yeah.
we were, oh my god, I'm gonna cry just talking about it. We were very fortunate to meet him. Oh my god, I can't talk about this.
I know.
It's so sad.
It's a bit shit, to be fair.
He was a good human and he didn't deserve to go at the age of 30.
Yeah.
That's really fucking shit.
I know.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
I can't.
It does suck when someone goes so soon. Like I said, I'm glad that he got the chance to experience the great life that he did. Yeah, this is an emotional one, and like I said, this video isn't for anything other than remembering the memory of Joe Lindner, Joesthetics, however you want to fucking remember the guy. Alien Gains, literally that's how I found him years ago, and just the coolest thing. Noel posted a story that July 1st is going to be always Joesthetics Day. So that's how it's going to be for me. I hope everyone else celebrates Joe's life on the 1st of July every single year and carries his memory through doing and acting and living as he did and trying to spread a positive message, because it's the only way to be. So I'm not going to ask you to like the video or say if you enjoyed it, fucking subscribe. Feels stupid. I will see you in the next one. I'm sorry about the mess behind. There's a bunch of boxes and stuff we're packing away because we've only got like 3.5 weeks left in Brighton before moving to Canada. But I'll talk about all that in like the next video, obviously. So have a better day, have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.